trying to make up. This is gonna be the dumbest idea ever, but like, let's be honest, Blumhouse is known for their hick. Yeah, this is never gonna get picked up by Blumhouse. Let's be honest, they're known for their dumb ideas. They literally made Night Swim. Blumhouse is literally known for Night Swim, so this is not out of the ordinary. So I'm pretty sure they'll pick this up. If they made Night Swim, they'll pick up 24 Hours. This is the same company that made Night Swim. I'm pretty sure they'll pick up my idea because they'll make a horror movie out of anything, not just Blumhouse, but other companies. We literally live in the world where anything could become a horror movie. If we can have Night Swim, we can have 24 Hours. This could realistically be a horror movie. I can't believe Night Swim's a real movie. How do you go from Five Nights at Freddy's to Night Swim? Freaking Night Swim. Oh my god. Can't believe I paid money for Night Swim. Why the hell did I pay money for Night Swim? Maybe it's because I was curious. That's the thing with Blumhouse. They released Night Swim, and I actually went to the theater to go see it. That's literally the first movie of 2024 that I went to go see. Night Swim. Can you believe it? The first movie of 2024 I went to go see was a swimming pool horror movie. That's how they get you. Same with Imaginary. Oh my god. Yeah. They really don't know what they're doing with their ideas anymore. I mean, what I thought of right here with 24 Hours is more dumb. Like, no joke. But I thought of some sick kills in this, like, no joke. I'm gonna start very soon. There's a moment in this story that's so dumb. I can't wait to show it. It's so dumb. I feel like Blumhouse, if they're watching this, I'm pretty sure they'll pick this up for a pitch. If they can do Night Swim, they can make this. Can't believe Night Swim's a real movie. That's wild. They made Night Swim. Bloody hell, Night Swim. Alright, we'll start 3 minute mark. I'm still laughing because Night Swim's a real movie that people went to go see. That being me, I went to go see Night Swim because why not? Alrighty, it's time to read the 24-hour pitch. This horror movie could realistically be a real horror movie that gets made if, like, Blumhouse or any other company is watching this. Alright, so the plot of this fan-made horror movie that I written, there's like I have like more of this. Like, this is not the only thing like we have. Like, there's more. Like, no joke. So this started out as, let me tell you how I wrote this, like how this happened. So originally this was not gonna be like a whole entire story. This is supposed to be like a short story for like a class. But this ended up being like I decided to write like an entire timeline, an entire like story franchise. And now we got like no joke, we have like 10 of these. Like, I decided to write more of these. Like, this is not the only like doc we have. Like, there's more of these. Like, this is even the first one you'll see. There's more of these. So yeah, I went cuckoo crazy with this. A woman is in her house all alone in the woods until she hears a person break into her house as the person gives her 24 hours to survive and hide. And if she doesn't hide or run or survive, right, she might end up dead while also finding some suspects of the 24-hour killer along her journey. So basically, the gimmick here is that the 24-hour killer gives you 24 hours to like hide or run. So basically, you got 24 hours before you're donezo. So that's how the killer works. You got 24 hours. Lucky her, right? 24 hours. So the kills are very graphic. It's like 18 plus for hard gore and sense language and all that. So let's read the story and see what happens. This isn't getting pitched by anyone. Chapter 1 Opening. The story begins in the deep, dark woods. A woman named Jessie gets ready to go to sleep until she hears a knock on her door. She ignores the door as she thinks of it as an annoyance. She continues her daily routine until she hears the phone ring. She gets annoyed and answers the phone. Hello, the woman says. No response, as she thinks it's a prank. She's seen these types of films before. Nice try, bub. I've seen this before. The phone is in deep static, answering with 24 hours. Jessie hangs up the phone thinking it's just a prank from one of her ex or friends. She sees a picture of her parents that never came back and she just goes back to sleep. It's the middle of the night after all. She wakes up to see a man in the window staring at her with a mask. She screams as the killer tries to stab her as she begins to swear, "Oh fuck God, Jesus, not today." Throughout the hall, she begins to panic as the only thing she can think of is what she's gonna do. She's all alone. Is she screwed? The killer chases Jessie around the house as Jessie sees a painting. She grabs the painting and takes the glass off and knocks the killer out the stairs. Fuck, he's dead. That's what she thinks. Jessie hears a noise in the back as she turns to see the killer gone. She hears a doorbell as she opens the door to see James. She is relieved, at the same time confused on how James got to her house. So quickly she sees red in James' hand. She takes a stern look and slowly walks back. James looks at Jessie and tries to explain the situation. Wait, 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 no, no, it's not blood, it's ketchup. Look, I was at the burger place we went to earlier. I promise. Look, I'll call them. James reaches out in his pocket as the cops begin to jump him. Get off me, bitch, pigs, oink oink. Offending an officer and resisting arrest. Get in the car and remove your hands from the pockets. We want to see if you have a weapon in you. The fuck? You mean weapons? What? Jesse, help! Jesse doesn't want to help. She doesn't feel safe. The cops arrive at Jesse's house and ask her what's going on. Jessie doesn't feel like she wants to speak. She feels frozen for a bit. I'm sorry, James. I'm innocent. I'm not the killer. You got the wrong guy. Jess. Likely story, creep. Now get in there, you freak. James looks from the car as he is taken away from the area as Jess just watches and shuts the door, waiting for the day to come. Chapter 2 Opening Part 2 Finding out more news with a slice. The next day, we open up with Jesse reading the newspaper, looking at clues at who this 24-hour killer was. She sees the TV turn on as we see a man named Tim, a news reporter, talk about how every year a killer at night arrives at random homes for 24 hours and answering the phone, and if you do answer it, you're his next victim. Jessie grabs a cigar in stress as she repeats to herself, damn it, I'm screwed. I was the one who answered the phone. I'm his next. She grabs her keys and goes to the location to where this Tim guy fellow is. Perhaps he might be the clue to all this madness. She arrives at the area as it looks abandoned. She enters as she sees Tim in a chair sipping coffee. Hello, are you Tim? Jess says. Tim puts his coffee in the back and responds all kindly. Why, yes, I am Tim. Look, I know why you're here. You answered the phone. You need info about the 24 hours. Right then, sit down. I'll tell you all about it. A montage plays as we see Tim give all the info to Jess. Jess leaves thanking Tim as the night closes and we see a shadow enter Tim's house. The shadow is sneaky, like it doesn't make a sound. Tim turns off the lights and hears the radio turn on. The music is unnerving, as if the music was laughing at him. Hello? Hey, whoever that is, get the hell out of my house. The killer runs from the shadows, running and laughing like a demon. Tim holds the bat tightly. All right, come on, fucker, let's dance. In the distance, smoke is caused as the killer's instinct is to say slowly, with pleasure. The killer jumps on Tim as Tim grabs the killer and slams him to the window glass, breaking each of the shards. Tim grabs the shard and is able to scratch a bit of the killer's leg off. It's not much, but it seems to slow the killer off as the killer pulls the shards off. The killer slides down as Tim looks behind him, and suddenly, the killer's gone. Okay, you seem to quit. You better run, bitch. Did Tim win? Is it over? A voice changer activates. No. The 24-hour killer speaks around Tim and cuts his throat with the shard glass, and pushes Tim to the wall of glass, covering Tim's entire face in glass. The killer slams Tim's entire head into glass shards, slicing the entire face skin off. He drops the bat and blood covered everywhere, as the killer wipes the knife and kicks Tim's body, then slices him as everything cuts to black. All we hear is a scream and the title appear. Fredbear's Channel presents a Blumhouse pitch. 24 Hours, the home invasion horror story. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hell yeah. Chapter 3, Station Time and a Runaway. We cut back to Jess getting a call on the phone. It's the cops. The cops ask Jess to come down to the station. Seems something happened, something tragic. She agrees it's gonna take her some time, but she is far. A officer in the car waiting as Jess enters the car waiting in the seat. Just sit and don't talk, or else. The officers always saw Jess in a weird light. Or maybe this one was just off. Or was it her? Officer Peter takes Jess to the station to talk with her about the death of Tim. Turns out Tim was an officer too. Jess is in shock as she didn't know Tim died or was an officer. She asks how Tim died as the officer says he was gutted like a pescado fish, lots of organs, very nasty. You should have seen the photos. It's disgusting. Here, let me show you. Oh, I don't want to. Jesus Christ. The photos show guts and organs as Jess pushes the phone off her face. Yeah, fucked up, isn't it? Why did you have to show me that? Jess asked a lot of questions, and she seems to be blamed for the murder of Tim. She was the last person to be seen with the dude, which is a bunch of bullshit because Jess was at the home this whole entire time. Jess begins to pepper spray the officer's eyes as she quickly ditches the location. So long, folks. Sorry, officer. The other cops send a lot of cops and a search team to find Jess as she tries to call for her friends so she can hide with them. Where else could she hide? Fuck, I'm so dead. Sorry, Peter. Hey, Tina, can I stay at your house? I'll explain. Later, she arrives at Tina's house in a panic and breaks the window open. Tina, in shock, yells at her friend, looking out of the glass on the floor. Hey, bro, what the fuck? Jess, you broke my window. Jess puts her jacket on, apologizing. Look, I apologize later. I need your help. Jess grabs Tina and tells her to call the others as they all leave the area as they hear the cops in the helicopter trying to find Jess. Okay, time to go. Peter gets his gear ready to find Jess when he hears a noise in his car. It plays Tiptoe in the Window out loud. He yells, trying to scare whoever is in his car. Is that you, Jess? Finally ready to turn yourself in? He gets closer to the car just to see no one is in there as he grabs his keys and shuts the car down as he gets back up. That was weird. Peters doesn't notice the 24-hour killer behind him as the killer slices his neck as the officer falls to the floor. The killer puts the radio louder and cleans his bloody knife as he sees the officer crawling, trying to escape. The 24-hour killer then enters the car and starts it up. Wait, have mercy! He spits out blood as he's barely able to breathe. The car runs the man over, squatting him like an ant. Blood is seen in the tires as bones and limbs guts are shown as well. The 24-hour killer drives off as he looks to the Surrey for the next victim. Your next victim, Jess. Chapter 4, Suspects and Victims. Jessie hides in a hideaway with her friends. When they were younger, they all talked about different things, but now it's just barely used. It's time to discuss who this 24-hour killer is. It could be Tina, Phil, Lila, maybe Jess's parents. It could be anyone. It could be suspected to be James, but Jess says it can't be him due to James already being in prison. It's impossible for James to kill two people recently if he's still in prison. Phil laughs and tells Jess just because James was Jess's ex doesn't mean he's less of a suspect. And plus, her and her parents had a rocky relationship. Won't be surprised if her parents were the killers. Lila slaps Phil. Phil, shut up. What the f can I do? I'm just saying. Jess tells Lila Phil that we're all suspects and to not trust anyone. Jess looks into her hand, grasping it. Not even yourself. Perhaps Jess could be a killer. Jess hears a sound in the back as she notices that Phil is missing. As the phone begins to ring, it seems to be a distraction. Lila turns around just to be jump scared by the 24-hour killer as the killer pushes her to the ground as Lila tries to hold the killer back. Go! Now! Leave! Ow! Lila is stabbed right in the hand and falls to the ground, but grabs a pan and hits the killer to the ground. As Jess and Tina run to the outside of the forest, Lila arrives on the floor, just able to avoid the knife as she kicks the killer to the floor again and follows her friends. She turns to see the killer missing, as Jess suspects Phil to be the killer, as he isn't with them right now, until Tina trips on something. As she yells, it's Phil's decapitated head with his body and organs all cut up. Jess looks in fear as Lila throws up. Phil has been killed by the 24-hour killer. She, Lila, and Tina leave the forest to go to her father's home. Let's hope Dad is still a nice person. It's been a while. Chapter 5, A Visit to Dad's House. Jess, Lila, and Tina enter Jess's dad's home as Mr. McCain is nice to them, as Jess's friends were always nice to Jess ever since she was young. Jess's dad tells the three of them they are able to stay for the night, as Jess has like 5 more days till her 24-hour killer arrives in the house. She has left her own home, but luckily she has her free friends. Sadly, Phil has died, and James is in prison too, and Tim died as well, but it could be worse. Night arrives as the 24-hour killer spots Jess's dad's house and finds a way to break in. The alarm is heard as Jess and her friends are alarmed. Her dad grabs the shotgun to finish the job. He tells the three to escape and leave. Alright, killer, let's play. The killer enters the house and starts searching, as the dad grabs a TV and turns it on to distract the killer. The TV turns on as the static is all addicting to the killer. McCain pulls the cock gun as he loads it up and tries to get a good shot. Hey, asshole! The killer turns as a shot bullet misses. Jess, Lila, and Tara find a way to help Dad, but Jess suggests they find a way out as they all agree. Dad, Mr. McCain, as he grabs his shotgun and clocks it again since the last bullet missed. The killer is about to open the next door, but this time McCain is ready as he aims the gun right in the killer's face. Welcome to my world, fucker. He shoots the killer in the middle as the killer falls into the ground as books fall on the killer. McCain rearms his shotgun, and just as he's about to shoot the killer in the head, he gets a call from his daughter as he looks at the phone for a moment. This gives the 24-hour killer a chance to stab McCain in the stomach and stab him in the back. As McCain drops his shotgun, the killer keeps stabbing his guts and stomach multiple times. The killer says one word. He finds it suspicious. I promise you'll die quicker and feel nothing, dear. The father is kicked to the glass books, falling to the floor as he looks up to the 24-hour killer grabbing his shotgun. Welcome to your world, bitch. Shots fired as the father's head is blown off his body. We see the ambulance arrive as Jess sees a body bag. She sees that the bag belongs to her father. She goes to the bag as she cries in tears as her friends hold her back. She starts crying for her dead dad. The only family member who truly cared for her is gone because of her. It felt like it was her fault. She led the killer to him. We go back to the scene of her sitting in the chair as Tina and Lila go close to her and say, we're so sorry about your dad. We should have never gone there. He would have never died if it wasn't for us. We're so sorry. Jess speaks up and says she will turn herself into the killer and finally do the 24 hours if this is what it takes so more people don't get hurt. It's worth it. Her friends look at her as they all hug and say their goodbyes. Tina turns to Jess with a thumbs up. Good luck, Jess. Don't die. I won't. The 24-hour challenge. The day has arrived. It's time for Jess's 24 hours to begin. She gets her hiding and surviving spots ready as she hears the killer ring the doorbell. It's time. The killer breaks down the door and starts hunting for her as Jess quietly starts grabbing some weapons to protect herself. The killer enters the door but does not notice that Jess is with the bat waiting. Okay, motherfucker, let's play. The killer opens the door as Jess hits the killer in the head as the killer trips on some wires and falls on some glue floor that Jess had. As she goes downstairs to check on the killer, but seems the killer is gone. The fuck? She turns to see the killer hit her with a bat, the same she had in her arms, knocking her out to the floor as everything goes to back, as her body is seen being dragged. Chapter 9, The Killer Reveal. Oh boy, the killer reveal, let's go. Hello. We're in the reveal. Jess wakes up as she sees the killer getting things prepared. It seems like some papers, but Jess doesn't know what kind of papers. She tries to rip the ropes, attempting to escape. No use. Tight rope. Alright, I got this on him. Tight rope. Alright. Why are you doing this? The 24-hour killer takes off the mask to reveal that the killer all along was Jess's mom. Jess is shocked and furious at her own mother. Mom, you did this? Dad, everyone? Jess's mom laughs as she gives her motive, everything that led to this moment. I did this so I could get a hold of you. Then I could sell you for money. I just had to kill your father because your dad was going to be in the way of my plan. And for your friends, I just killed them because you can make new ones. When I give you like some of my money, and also I did this because I was never able to get a job. I was poor for so long, so if I sold you for money, imagine the moolah I will make. But now that you know who I am, I'm gonna have to kill you too. The mom grabs her knife as Jess is able to escape from her chair and grabs a piece of the glass and stabs her mom's knee, then kicks her to the top to the ground. The mom swears a bit. You little the mom yells angrily. Jess runs to the door and it doesn't open. She sees her mom with a cracked mask and a knife, all fears. Get back here, dear. Don't run from your mother. Jess begins the chase as it's time to make a move. The mom grabs a pickaxe, chopping at the glass as Jess ducks from the window. Jess keeps running from her, hoping to find something to stop her from getting her. Jess enters the room as the mom breaks the door and makes a reference to one of her favorite films. Here's Christy. Jess sees a hammer in the table and smiles. Bingo, her way out. She hits her mom in the head, cracking a bit of her skull wide open, knocking her mom to the ground, as the knife falls on the ground as well. Jess grabs the knife and starts slashing away at her mom as her mom screams in blood. The mom barely says a word as she tries to beg for mercy. Wait, Jess, no, I gave birth to you. Please, have mercy. The mom spits multiple blood squirts as Jess walks up to her. She says one word and with an aggressive tone grabs her mother's neck. I have no mother. Fuck you. Jess slices her mother's throat wide open as her mom dies on the floor in her blood. The killer is finally dead, gone for good. As she gets up, she sees her mother's body as she sees her friends enter the building. Tina and Lila. They enter as they tell Jess, careful, Jess. The killer always comes back for one more scare. The mom wakes up screaming, and Tina grabs the gun and shoots the mom in the head, finally killing her for once. Told you, the killer always comes back. Now, where should we go from here? It's about to be night. We should seek shelter. How about it, Lila? I agree. A happy ending. The cops and the ambulance arrive at Jess's house to take her and her friends to a safer place. Lila's in a hospital bed in the ambulance as Jess looks at Lila and thanks her for everything she's done. As she looks at Tina as well. You had my back during this whole mess adventure. Thank you, Tina, for everything. Tina cries and hugs Jess as we hear the sirens in the background. But Lila doesn't want to take the ambulance, so she tells the two to leave the ambulance. The three will be questioned by them. True, she has a point. Okay, it's time to get out of here and head to the shelter. She has a place where they can stay for a while, as the cops forget the whole situation. A key opens a door as we see our main three entering their cabin in the woods, as they pick a ticket for a plane that will be ready in 30 hours. Question: why do we have to stay in a cabin instead of an actual house again? We have nowhere to go. We're still on the run after Jess punched a cop and that same cop is dead. Boom, do you understand now, dipshit? Tina flips Lila off, making Lila mad at her as she slams her phone on the table. You bitch. Excuse me, girl? No, you didn't. Okay, calm down, girls. It ain't that bad. It's only for 30 hours. Who knows? It can't be that bad staying here. And look, no killer, no problems, right? Oh god, my god. Sorry, Jess. Lila is just not used for being far from home. We wouldn't be in this mess if the cop wouldn't have not died now. And Jess is a huge suspect because she punched that dumbass. The three girls start playing cards as the night arrives as Tina goes to her bed and hears Lila on the phone. As she rings the phone and answers it. Big mistake. Hello? 7 days. Lila hangs up. That was strange. She doesn't question it as she leaves thinking it was a prank, not knowing the context of what she has just done. Morning arrives as the three girls talk about what happened in their spare time. As Lila talks about the 7 day prank stuff, and Tina and Jess just look at her in fear. I'm sorry, what? You what? You just started the 7 day countdown again, Lila. The killer this time is going to give us like 6 days. Last time it was seven, now it's six. We're gonna have to prepare. How the fuck was I supposed to know? We see our two girls enter the three girls enter a nearby store as they see no one but a janitor. As the janitor introduces himself. Hey there, newcomers. The name's Nathan. What would you three want from Nate's store? We're looking for some survival gear. Survival gear? Why would you want that? This is the safest place on earth. Tina leans to see red on Nathan's hand. Is that? Nah, it's paint. Part of the gear. Paint. Here, let me show you. Nathan takes the three girls to pick up their gear and pick up the paint buckets. Lila grabs an axe, clearly not giving a crap about the paint buckets. Alrighty, this would do. The axe is heavy but sharp enough to cut one's head off. As Jess grabs a gun, but she looks at it with fear as she remembers an accident that she had in her past, which caused her a bit of trauma, as she isn't able to live with the fact she wasn't there for her brother when it happened. Tina snaps Jess out of her nightmare as they are all ready to leave the store and get ready for the night. Goodbye, girls. Happy travel. Thanks for shopping here. The janitor gets ready to lock up the place when he hears a sound. Wants to go check it out as he's able to close one of the windows. That's not going to save him. Whoever's there, I have an axe. Don't mess with me. The 24-hour killer turns off the lights as Nate gets all shaky. It seems the windows aren't going to be enough for him. He is tackled by the 24-hour killer as the killer puts paint in his mouth. Then the killer puts a lighter on Nate's body, burning him to ash. The killer grabs a giant knife from the window as it was left there by Nate earlier and slices Nate's guts to pieces as the 24-hour killer drags his body and hangs it on the forest tree. We go back into the cabin as we see the girls preparing for the 24-hour survival. Jess hides some bear traps in the floor and she makes sure to mark them in her memory and tell the others a pattern in their hands so they don't fall into the trap. Lila grabs an axe and puts it on a fan and swings it up and forward while Tina has a bow and arrow cannon ready in the top of the cabin. Alright, let's kill this loser. Let's hope this is the last time the killer ever makes his mark. Jess looks at her gun as she begins to have flashbacks of a shooting as she sees her brigand shot. She tries to stop him, no success. As she wakes up back to reality, as Tina tells her it's time to go back to Nathan's shop. They need to grab a first aid kit. The three girls walk into the shop to see the area all broken down. It looks like a nothing burger. It seems to be empty as Jessie is red in the floor. She just thinks of it as the paint. As she walks up to the register and sees a note. Hey girls, look, a note. Tina gets excited as she says, "Oh, give me, let me see." Oh wait, I can't read. Give me that. It says if you're reading this, oh look, what's all this red stuff in the note? It's probably just paint. Oh, look how much stuff is in the ground, Lila. It feels like someone broke in. Suspicious, isn't it? The girls go outside as Tina turns in fear and tells the others, girls, look. The girls turn to see Nathan's body, all guts open, hanging in a tree. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Girls, I need to go to the restroom. I don't feel good. I'll be right back. Me too. Jess is all alone as she responds with, "Yeah, I'll see you at the cabin." Jess waits for her friends when suddenly she's approached by the 24-hour killer. She is chased through the forest as she runs as fast as she can. She sees a branch and tries to throw it at the killer. No use, this killer is quite a powerful mover of a being. Crap, I miss. Jess runs to the cabin and is startled by Tina as she locks the door, then silence, then turns and sees Lila in the back. Hey, how's it been? Lila, where were you? The killer was. Jess stops for a moment as time freezes. Jess looks at Lila and Tina, and she backs away as both girls start asking where Lila has been. They all stop as Lila gets confused. I was in the bathroom throwing up. Look, I'm not the killer. Why would you think I'm the killer? You weren't in the cabin when we were attacked. You did make us refuse the ambulance offer. You were attacked. I saw a shadow in the window and I was throwing up. Okay, forget about the whole accusing things. Plus, the whole attack thing, we need is all we need to focus on is to prepare for the next 3 days. The killer's messing with us. Plus, it could be any of us. We're all suspects after all. The three girls look at each other in fear. All right, girls, get the plan. The girls go over their plan throughout the night as they get their weapons ready. As Jess loads up her gun, she sweats as she begins to go to sleep. It's a deep sleep. Hello? Anyone there? Lila? Tina? Anyone? Nothing, just a figure in the distance. As she sees her brother, Jonathan? Jonathan, is that you? We see a person in a hoodie shoot Jonathan as just quiets in tears. Who are you? Why? Why did you do this? The killer prepares to shoot her until Jess trips in her dream and wakes up. The night has ended. It's the next day. We enter the third day as the girls have their weapons intact. Jess still feels a bit worried about her gun since the accident. They all go to the woods to test out the weapon. Alrighty, girls, let's test out these bad boys. As Lila grabs an axe and throws it at a rabbit. Holy sh! You killed the poor thing. Hey, at least we have dinner. Lila laughs all evil. Jesus, Lila, that's sinister. Yeah, sinister. Hey, Tina, how's the bow and arrow going? We see Tina testing out the bow and arrow on a tree. Unlike Lila, I'm not a straight up monster. Oh, shut up, Tina, woman up. The girls do a montage of testing out the weapons. It takes 30 minutes. Now we get cut to Jess testing out a gun, and she gets scared of using it. Tina gets close to Jess, assuring that she doesn't have to use the gun if she doesn't want to. Jess, you don't need to use the gun. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Jess drops the gun in horror as she begins to shake. Tara hugs Jess as Jess cries. Lila hugs them as well as it's a tight squeeze. Don't worry, Jess. We'll all make it out alive together as one. Best friends for life. The girls return to their cabin as they get ready to eat some food left behind. All right, girls, all to surviving the 24-hour killer. Cheers, cheers, let's drink, hell yeah. Jess smiles as she goes back to sleep. Jess dreams another dream as she sees her brother in the shadows. Jonathan? Jonathan, is that you? The smoke is deep as Jonathan speaks to Jess. Jonathan tells her brother what is going on and why she is in the dream over and over again. Johnson responds, "You are here because I'm going to give you the clues, Jess. The 24-hour killer is someone you won't expect. It'll be here soon, Jess. You need to be careful or you'll end up like me and the others behind me." Jess looks behind her brother to see other dead kids and people. Oh my god. You thought I was the only victim of that shooting, Jess? No, there was others. Listen, Jess, you're the only one that could stop this killer. You are the key. Jess cries, but doesn't understand what's going on. But what if I can't? How about I just stay in this dream with you? I'm sorry, Jess. That's not how things work. It's time to go now. Jess, wake up, Jess. Jess wakes up to see Tina grabbing her as they need to leave the cabin. They enter the bathroom and turn around to see a body. It's a female body. Oh no, Lila! The killer might be someone else. But who? The 24-hour killer knocks on the door as Tina starts getting dizzy. There was something in her drink. And Tina falls to the floor. Same happens with Jess as the killer enters and takes them both to a dark room. Jess wakes up in a chair. She sees Tina next to her. She sees the killer go up to her, and the killer grabs a knife and slices it on Jess's knee. As Jess screams, "Why are you doing this to us? Why?" The killer takes off the mask to reveal, "Surprise, Jess. What's wrong? Looks like you've seen a dead person." The killer is Lila this whole time. How? She died. Lila, why did you do all this? I thought we were friends. Why? Why? Let me tell you why. Because of you, Jess. Everyone stopped hanging with me. I lost my home. My parents hate me. I lost my stuff, my fame. I'm a criminal now. I lost everything all because of you, and now I'm going to take everything from you, and I'm going to blame all the killings on you. The 7 killings will be blamed on you, and I'm going to reveal myself as the hero. You want to pretend to be a hero just because you lost everything? Lila grabs her knife and stabs Jess in the stomach. Bingo! You're finally getting it. Listen, Jess, it's been fun talking to you, but now you're gonna die. Any last words? Yeah, while you were talking, I gave Tina a small pocket knife so she can escape. She can't get that far. Lila turns around to get hit with a bat by Tina. Cue Lila. Tina spits on Lila and kicks her mask to pieces. As she unties her friend from her chair as they leave the forest, Lila wakes up and chases them. Tina starts up her car as Jess tries to get in, but is tackled by Lila as a fight occurs. All right, Jess, time to die. Jess grabs a gun from her pocket as she smiles. I agree. Jess shoots Lila in the head as she shoots Lila multiple times. Then she enters the car with Tina. Lila gets back up as the car begins to start back up. Hit the brakes. The car runs over Lila over as Jess gets out of the car. Jess sees her friend in a coma. She grabs her friend and leaves to the hospital as the car burns with Lila's dead body and the broken mask burning the forest cabin down. We open to the hospital as Tina's in her coma and Jess is in her rooms in bandages as she's once again relieved to be alive again. She is still sad that her friend she knew turned out to be a killer. What a shame. Oh, it's okay, Tina. No one could hurt us ever again. She hears a phone message from her phone. Weird. The hospital has reception? Crappy, no. The phone message reads in a creepy way. You thought it was over, Jess? See you next time. We hear Jess scream as everything goes to black. She awakens to see a cult leader in front of her and a chart with info. A female voice repeats, in 7 days, we'll open the multiverse with this mask hidden in the secret mall somewhere. We'll have the power to take over the world. We hear the killers cheer. There's more of them. As the lady puts her mask on, she giggles all wickedly. Yes, it's perfect. The flames burst as the moment ends, and Jess awakens back in the hospital as the TV turns on. She looks at Tina, all awake. Tina, you're awake. Yeah, what happened? Is Lila dead? The traitor's good, dead, and gone. Hopefully for good this time. Yeah, no way a meanie like her could survive something like that, right? The girls are allowed to leave the hospital as they see a random man outside of the building, smiling. He seems to have a white mask. Tina, we have to go now. The man in the mask begins to chase the two girls as the girls enter a random store area that wasn't supposed to be open yet. Hey, this place is closed, not open. Get out of here. Please, please help us. We were being chased by a dude in a mask, and the 24-hour killer enters the store, not giving a damn if the store was closed, clearly. The girls back away looking for a way out as they begin to panic as the man gets closer to the killer, trying to push him away. Big, scary wannabe messing with these girls. Who do you think you are? He spits on the killer's mask as the killer looks at the spit on the mask and then on the man. The killer grabs his knife and it slices the dude's neck and throws him over the counter as the people begin to panic and run. The killer keeps slashing at the others while the owner gets his own weapon and attempts to shoot the killer. Hey, dip slapper, take this. The 24-hour killer avoids the shot as the owner tries to get his car keys to give to the girls. He is distracted and is pushed by the killer as his gun is taken away as he asks for mercy as he's about to get shot in the head. Tina grabs some pepper spray and blinds the killer as the man escapes as Jess grabs the gun and shoots the 24-hour killer times, then shoots the killer right in the head, finishing the job. Tina takes the mask as she's able to see the woman and grabs a note in the mask. We're just getting started. After the whole store accident, we see our main two characters run into a forest for hiding. We should be safe here in the forest, hopefully. Jess brought the shotgun that she stole, never gave it back, and she had 3 bullets with her. Damn, Jess, you're loaded. Gotta be prepared, or it'll be dead meat. Tina sees a 24-hour killer with a motorcycle as Jess pushes Tina out of the way as the killer grabs Jess and then travels into different universes. Jess, where did he go? She's clearly not aware of what just happened. We see the 24-hour killer take Jess into the multiverse as we travel into all types of horror universes. Jess is amazed of the whole multiverse thing, but then grabs her gun and she remembers to be smart and, hey killer, look up here. Jess shoots the killer in the guts as they leave the multiverse and go back to the forest. Just when the killer is about to charge at Jess, Tina runs into the killer over with his motorcycle as she Akira slides into the ground. The killer falls off the cliff and gets impaled with a tree. Jesus, Tina, that's brutal. I know, right? How many of these killers out there? Jess grabs her gun as she takes Tina with her as they leave the forest and zoom off with Tina on the motorcycle. One of these killer cults warned the leader of the news, as it's going to be a straight up war. Boss ain't gonna be happy. Shut it, David. Sir, it seems two of our cult killers have been killed by some random woman. It seems that their name is Jess and Tina. Say those names again. It's just random names. What's wrong? His screams could be heard around the room. Get your godforsaken butt over here now! The leader grabs the killer's neck. Listen here, you little freak. You don't understand. We're in big danger. Those two women are a threat. Why, sir? Tell me. I never told anyone where these masks actually came from, but it's time I tell you more info on why we're doing this and why those girls matter. A hologram is opened as the leader narrates. A long time ago, there was a war. There was darkness, genocide. There was two sides, the good and the bad, until one day, a warrior made a mask that gave the warriors incredible powers, the ability to travel to universes. But then there was an evil as well. My family was part of the war. They fought against this mask, and when they got the powers, they got killed by the good people. And I was blamed for the killing. So when I stole this mask, I got the ability so powerful, I killed those good people. But now that the daughters of that warrior has arrived, we were screwed. We need to kill them. They will ruin our plan. All I want is to bring my family back. And that is why I'm doing this genocide for the multiverse to get my old family back, my revenge. Sir, I did not know that. It's all good. What matters is that we complete this work, and whatever it takes, we only have 4 days to steal the master's energy and open our portal. We see both Jess and Tina enter a subway as a crowd of people enter it as well. They are trying to get to their destination. Jess, look. Jess turns to see multiple people in 24-hour killer mask. The hell? The light flickers on and off as each of the masked people start randomly teleporting. Tina, get behind me. The 24-hour masked people get closer as the subway gets close to its end. The lights flicker off and multiple times as Jess looks Tina and worry. We see a masked member run at our duo. Tina, run. Jess grabs a gun out of her pocket as she shoots the killer's foot. This makes the killer slow down for a while as it gives our duo time to leave. The killer grabs a portal gun to teleport out of the area. As the killer arrives in the door, as our characters look shocked. Did that just happen? How? Stay calm, Tina. I know what to do. Jess grabs her gun and shoots the killer out of the portal. As the killer tries to leave the portal, but a giant rock from some random dude in a red cape drops on the killer, splatting the killer as the portal closes. Jess and Tina leaves at the door, hoping for some peace could come their way. We cut back to our duo in a rented apartment they live in now, due to both of them being wanted criminals since the accident of the last two events. I don't know how long we could keep on hiding at some point. We're all gonna get tired of. Jess looks at Tina all worried and fear. She grabs her gear and thinks of her past. One day, this will all end. But no matter what, Tina, I will always protect you. We're all a team. Tina smiles as she knows she's safe with her friend. Great to know I'm not gonna die. The duo hear a door knock real loud, and Tina looks through the window hole. An axe could be heard as Jess moves Tina out of the way, as we see a 24-hour killer enter the apartment. Did you miss me? The two girls start running to the bathroom as the killer starts chasing them with the axe. Oh god, Jess, run! Jess grabs her gun and shoots. Oh crap, out of bullets. She throws the gun as Tina grabs a chair and hits the killer's head, knocking him out. Not giving the killer a chance, the two girls grab the axe and start bashing the killer's mask open. Tina grabs a bat and starts breaking the killer's head wide open. As Jess grabs her foot and finishes the job by stomping his body wide open. As Jess throws the body of the killer into a shredder on the outside to dispose of the killer's body. Nighty night, losers. We see the cult leader seeing his cult members getting slaughtered one by one. As the leader gets angry, he has enough of the killings. The 24-hour leader has mastered what these girls have seen. As Master, these girls have killed 9 of our people, and who knows how many else they have slaughtered. What do we do? I know what I must do. Bring in the multiverse person. We hear a door open from the back as the camera turns as we see a portal revealing a random woman with a cracked mask and a sword. The leader smiles. All right, let the real fun begin. The killer starts rushing out the door looking for Jess and Tina, as we see our duo in a small camp area looking for a place to hide. Hey Tina, do you hear that? Sounds like a sword slide duck. The 24-hour killer attacks and turns with her weapon, a giant sword, as it begins to slash at her duo. This one seems different. Tell me where the energy juice is, and I promise you, Tina and Jess, your deaths will be quick, fast, and painless. Jess throws an axe at the giant as it does no damage. Seems this one can't be killed easily. Tina grabs a bat as it breaks. Shit, my bat. Tina is grabbed by the throat and is stabbed and thrown to the tree, slamming her ankle. Fuck my ankle. Jess, what do we do? Jess remembers the portal gun as she stole it earlier. Okay, let's see how this baby works. Time to die, Tina. No time for you to die, you failure. Jess shot out a portal as a chainsaw from Leatherface falls in her hands. Jess gets it ready and cuts this killer into two pieces as the killer's giant falls to the ground and blood ribs. Take that, you weak, bloody bubba. Jess gets closer to the chopped up bloody remains and removes the mask just to see it's her, but grown up. It seems to be her from the multiverse. As Jess turns to see Tina all injured. Tina, you okay? You seem to be bleeding. Good thing I have this. This is a first aid kit, and there you go, all fixed. Jess looks up to see a portal open. Go. Finish the story. Close the chapter. Go without me. I'll be fine. Jess trusts Tina's words as she looks into the portal. Time to finally fix this chapter and shut it once and for all. The leader has seen his army fail. He grows angry as he sees his plans is failing. He begins to leave his throne as he consumes all the mass's power of the cult leaders. He begins to charge at the mall where the multiverse mask is as he breaks the glass and grabs it. Fine, I'll do it myself. He smirks as the power consumes him. Yes, yes, yes. The leader then teleports and begins to hunt both Jess and Tina down. As the leader finally finds them, he does a secret ability that gives him the power of bringing faraway items to him. Come to me, my prey. Tina and Jess are in their house chilling when suddenly they hear all the energy juice disappearing. What's going on? Did we just lose? The leader grabs the energy juice and combines it with his multiverse mask. Finally, the power of the multiverse. It's all mine. Who's gonna stop me? The leader unleashes chaos by using his evil powers. With this power, he's able to remove humanity and bring back whoever he wants. It comes with a price, though. You took something from me. Now I'm gonna take something from you. At home, Tina begins to feel dizzy as she falls on Jess's shoulders. Hey, 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 wake up. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm sorry for everything. Jess sees Tara dust away from existence. Her real name. It seems that the leader has the ability to reveal real names as not just the horror movies, but other genre movies too. He has the power of the abilities to reveal the real identities. Jess is in tears. She turns in despair. She turns on the news to see multiple people erased from existence. Oh no, no, what went wrong? What went wrong? The leader finally has completed his mission. He sees his family in the garden. His wish has come true. The leader's wish has come true, but at a price. Mom? Dad? Sister, you're all here. The leader runs to his family as the family stops to question him and look at the leader. Was it worth it? How much did it cost, William? The leader removes his mask. Everything. To be continued. That's where it all ends. And that is where the story ends. This is to be continued. The Yap session could be like on like a Friday because like I have to go somewhere tomorrow. So yeah, this is there could be to be continued. There is more of this, like no joke. I made more of these. Like no joke, I made more of these. And there's gonna be a community post on this. I made more of these. The name of the characters changed as well. We can look at the other stuff as well. No joke, I have more of these. Like no joke, I literally made more of these. Like I don't even know why I made more of these. Let me see. Oh my god. Let me see I can find I don't know where they are right now, but like no joke, I made more of these. Like it's insane how many of these I made. That's question that will be questioned and that will be like answered in the next part. Most of these answers are shown in the next part. No joke, most of these answers are shown in like the next part of the story. Like I made more of these. I gave this lore. This was supposed to be, yeah. Some of this was supposed to be just like a small experiment, but like I decided to make more. Like I don't even know why I made more. It was all just supposed to be like funny and goofy. Yeah. All right. Let me just like I'm gonna try to like show a version of like FNAF rewritten, like a sneak peek. All right. Not my story. Here's a gift for all of you. For all of you. For the ones for rewritten. Here's a sneak peek at Five Nights at Freddy's 2 rewritten. It's not much, but it's like not my story. So the chapter's called Not My Story. Walking through the hallway alone, it could be scary, as Abby would like to have a friend about now. She didn't like haunted houses, especially since anything could pop in your face and all that. I think I want to go. Abby looks around the house but isn't able to find an exit, as an army of trick or treaters block her view, pushing her to the ground as the gas covers her eyes. Watch where your everything fades to dust as Abby awakens to see Foxy, but pink. Foxy? No, this is a different type of fox. It looks fixed but not broken. Hello, dear. Are you here for your makeup session? Abby's confused and why is she here? Who is this new one? She shrugs it off, letting the fox do her makeup and hair. She begins to chat with the robot. So, what's your name? The name's Funtime Foxy. Well, used to be. Abby wants to know what used to be mean in Funtime Foxy's terms. What does used to be mean when you said that? Funtime Foxy puts the makeup in the desk, looking at the window. It shows a reflection of her broken self. There was an accident. I didn't want it to happen, but there was an accident with one of the employees. It was very tragic. I couldn't control myself. The poor kid. The kid was messing with me, hitting me, kicking me, and things went wrong. Hey kid, get away from the robot. It's dangerous. He tried to stop me. I didn't know what happened. The kid wouldn't stop. He just kept taunting and taunting. Make me, old man. The other kid laughed as he mocks the man. And well, let's just say I wanted him to join me for a bite. Kid, I wanna. It happened. The mango looks at the kid in fear in their eyes. Blood was dripping from the robot's mouth as the head was bleeding from the body. The kid runs in fear, dropping their pink bow, leaving it behind. As the mango looks at the bow and decides to use it for its yes itself. The kid turns to see the mango's eyes looking at them. The kid begins to leave the pizzeria, not looking back. Thanks to how advanced these things were, they could detect who the people were. The kid seems to be some famous celebrity with a camera. The kid also stole a white rabbit plushie from the prize corner and didn't pay for it. They had to destroy my memory and my body because I was called haunted. That kid and its family's memories were lost because it killed that musician. And now it looks like my memory is gone forever. The flashback ends as Funtime Foxy ends the flashback by vanishing. Foxy? Seems the makeup pieces was ripped. Looks like a dog chewed it. Abby picks it up as she feels drooling in her shoulder. What the? She turns to get jump scared by a broken up mango as the voice is static like, give me your body. Abby closes her eyes and opens them to awaken outside the haunted house. She looks around to see what happened in the area. Was that a dream? A couple of trick or treaters push Abby as they look at her all weird. Talking by herself, what a weirdo. Denny, one of the bullies, throws an egg at Abby, laughing, and stole her candy while she was in her dream state. Loser. Abby needs to figure out what's going on and hopefully do something about Denny. So yeah, this is like no joke. This is like one of those scenes. So yeah, there's gonna be a moment where like you're gonna like feel bad for like one of the toys animatronics, especially like Mangle. And yeah, Denny's gonna be a pain. Like no joke. Abby's gonna be like bullied in this. Like no joke. Let me see if I can find the scenes of like the moments of every location where like might as well share what I have of rewritten the ideas. Meeting some old friends. We're gonna share some. We're gonna share the ideas. All right, so this is the meeting old friends scene. So basically, this is when like Abby like escapes from the science fair and she heads to like the new Freddy's. There's a science fair scene. This is when Abby heads to the new Freddy's. All right, let me read the scene where meeting some old friends. Abby doesn't know what she's thinking when driving a motorcycle. Heck, she barely knows how to use the thing. She knows she is so grounded when she gets back home. That's the only thing she knows. But no time to think about that. What Abby needs to think about is what her game plan is going to be. As Abby looks into the front of the building, she finds some parking spots. The spots are welcoming as they are full of color. Abby decides to do something very cool. She saw it on TV once. She does a cool slide, an Akira slide. She attempts it but almost, but is able to succeed. The slide as she parks in the area. Whoa, that was insane. Abby parks the motorcycle as her hair is all messy, but that doesn't matter. What matters is what Selena told her to find out about what these toys are up to and find out how to stop Freddy's once and for all. Abby runs up to the entrance and pulls a lockpick she stole for the convention center. Thanks, Denny. Too bad you're gonna fail. Don't care. Abby is able to open on the entrance. She enters the pizzeria. She turns to see a Showtime button, but this button had confetti paper poster. Ooh, fancy. Abby leans to look at the poster. It's a picture of the toys. Ugh, too shiny. I prefer my old friends. Abby rips the poster off out of nowhere as the Showtime button turns on by itself. The lights are bright and the speakers are real loud. As Abby has her ears covered, she really doesn't want to listen to Christmas music right now. Ugh, Mariah Carey, not again. How annoying. Abby wears her hoodie and grabs her headphones that barely work, but whatever. It works. Why is the Christmas music so loud? There has to be a way to turn that off. Abby finds a way to a different room that seems to be music proof. Oh, thank God. She runs up to the door as it's the same door she saw in her first dream. So it is real. She dusts off the words and reads the words off. Parts and service. Abby tries to open the door but is unable to as she decides to leave, but the door slowly opens by itself. What lurks in the darkness of the door catches Abby's attention. She turns to see it's them. She finally saw not the toys, but another part of the pizzeria open up. Abby's eyes are blown out of her mind as she's unable to comprehend what she's seen. It's them. Abby runs up to see her old friends, but all trashed up and broken. She runs up and steps on something. Hmm? What's this? She leans and grabs a mask. Not a mask, a face. Bonnie is in the distance and looking for his face. You poor thing. Do you remember me? The robot bunny is broken, but shows Abby a drawing. That's the heart drawing. You still have it. The bunny robot is unable to move and it falls down like a child, barely able to walk. Abby grabs the broken robot, trying to let it not fall down again. Hey, there, it's okay, I'm here. And the others? Abby found Bonnie, but where are her other friends? She ponders as she turns to see the toys and the old ones, and it hits her. Wait, these new toys replace your spotlight, and y'all were abandoned and broken? A screech of cries are heard in the distance as Abby tells Bonnie to wait. The broken Bonnie nods as Abby moves to the next room and she spots more of her broken friends. She had enough as she turns around to fix things as she is jump scared by a angry Mike. Eek, Mike, how did you get in here? Mike isn't in the mood as he's ready to leave. Abby, you are so grounded. Abby removes her arm from Mike as she tries to reason with her brother on why she is back in this whole Freddy shenanigans. Wait, Mike, hear me out. Mike groans all mad. Abby, no. Abby reveals her broken friends. They're broken, Mike. Do you not care? Do you not want to free them? Mike looks at the broken down bunny as the bunny is barely able to speak. Friend. Mike looks at the rest and feels bad, but Garen already forgave him, and it's time he moves on. This is not his business, not his story. Mike, have a heart. Mike closes his eyes and responds with a slow no. He knows what happened last time Abby was in a place like this. He won't make the same mistake twice, as Mike quickly takes Abby away from the broken ones and passes by the toys as the toys look at them. Creepy. Why do they look so yassified? Uncanny? Yeah, not a fan of them either. Or of the old I'm more of a fan of the old ones. As Mike takes a glare at the new Chica design, and he feels uneasy and kind of disgusted. He makes a suggestive joke about the new Chica animatronic. They got that in the kids area. Did you have it in the place for adults, if you know what I mean? His joke is said in a whispered tone, but Abby could clearly hear her brother. She isn't deaf. Ew, gross. Mike laughs, trying to brighten up the mood, but then stops laughing and he realizes where he is. The toilet matronics stare at him and Abby with wide dead eyes. They clearly didn't take the jokes to light. Mike runs up to the entrance and tries to open it up. Okay, just. Oh shit. Abby worries about the situation. Abby, did you lock this? What? No, I. Mike is not in the mood for games. Abby, do not mess with me. Abby gets annoyed but then remembers there's a front entrance as well. Wait, Mike, I have an idea. This is not the only exit. Follow me. Abby quickly runs to the entrance but stops as she and Mike stop dead in their tracks. Mike looks around the area to see if it's safe. Who knows if Abby checked right? Hold on, Abby. I'll be right back. Mike enters the entrance. As Abby sits in a small bench, she twirls a Freddy plush, all ripped up until she hears it again. The whistle. She looks up just to be able to avoid a knife swipe from the white rabbit. Abby runs from the area and looks for a way out. The entrance is no longer an option, and what about Mike? Where did he run off to? The white rabbit makes a chase after Abby as Abby grabs a fast drink bottle and slows the killer down for a while. She makes it to the area where her friends were as she turns around and now the white rabbit is gone. Where is Abby's all panic as her brother is gone and the white rabbit feels like a memory in her dreams. She feels a touch on her shoulder. She lifts her arm and punches the figure right in the stomach. "Oh, Mike, where were you? I've been looking for you. There was a white rabbit and Mike seems tired and really enough, he has a scratch on his hand. Where did you get that scratch? It's the same area Abby has thrown the bottle at. Mike looks at his hand and laughs. The entrance, some mangled up creature swooped in, but I was able to jump and break it. Not without any scratches, though. Abby does not believe her brother. She does not believe anyone, not even herself. Get away from me. I'm sorry, what? Abby might get grounded for this, but worth it if she wants to survive. Abby whispers to the broken bunny. As she runs away, she turns back to say, I'm really sorry about this. Mike looks up to get punched right in the privates by the broken bunny. No kids for you. Not like Vanessa was going to give him a chance. Oh, you bunny. Oh. Abby runs to an unknown area, not knowing what to do next. So yeah, that's the yes. What you gonna? So yeah, that's the meeting some old friends. I'm gonna send some for some moments for you just in case. So y'all gotta look at the not my story and meeting some old friends. Don't worry, I will be saying early stuff so you can read it just in case. Be like I look at all the moments, like original ideas. Good night for now and stay safe, everyone. Yeah.